Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and today's video is about my top 10 unique, meaning non-duplicative, non-Michael Jordan cards. You guys know so much of the content that I'm pushing out is about Michael Jordan collecting, the Michael Jordan chase, the Michael Jordan card deep dives, the Explore the Card episodes on the weekends, the hot and cold episodes, all the Michael Jordan stuff that I'm doing. And I have made a conscious effort to kind of push and consolidate a lot of my collection, especially in the last 12 months, into selling, building funds, pushing more into the Michael Jordan market, because that's kind of what really is inspiring me lately. That's just kind of the direction that I feel like moving into, and that's sort of what this hobby's about. It's just kind of doing what you love. And right now, I love Jordan. I'm doing some small sets on the side that we've talked about, the 2012 Prism basketball PSA 10 base set, the 2012 Prism Silver MVP set, the 2014 Prism World Cup Soccer autograph set, the 2014 Prism World Cup base PSA 10 set, amongst others, and a couple of 90s insert sets that I'm starting to kind of dip my toe in the water on and dabble with a little bit. But I do own non-Michael Jordan stuff. And so these are some of the cards that I have. We're going to look at what I paid, what they are. We're going to look at pictures of them. We're going to look at what I paid for them. We're going to look at what they're worth right now. And then we're going to look at how bad that is compared to when I bought them. So spoiler alert, this video is not about me telling you guys how much money I've made on these other cards. It's going to be more about how much money I have, or how much I'm down. I haven't lost it because I've not sold them, but how much I'm down on some of these cards. So I just went to my PWCC vault. I sorted highest to lowest value in insurance value. I ignored everything that wasn't Jordan. And then if there was duplicates, in other words, like if I would have, like Giannis, for instance, I would have like 7 or 8 Giannis cards that are more valuable than the 10th card on this list. But I wanted each of these 10 to be a different player. I didn't want 7 Giannis's and then a Shaq and then a Kobe. You know what I mean? I wanted 10 different players so you guys could see I do have a little diversification in my collection still left over. It's not huge. It's not a very diverse, but it's a little bit out there, some non-Jordan stuff. All right, so let me get you over to screen share. Let's start here. We'll start with the spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet, and this is what we're going to do today. And you guys can see I've got some soccer on here. I've got Haaland, Pele, and Messi in here. They actually fell into my top 10 non-Jordan unique cards. Like I said, I might have 25 Giannis cards worth more than this Messi card on the screen, but I'm only taking the highest value Giannis card and not taking all the other Giannis cards. Same thing with Shaq. A lot of this list would, in fact, most of the list would be Giannis, Shaq, Duncan, and Kobe Bryant. In fact, the whole list would be. So that's not what I wanted to do. That's not fun. That's not sexy. I want to look at 10 different types of cards. And so that's what we've got. So let's start with the first one. It's a soccer card. It's Erling Haaland. I made a sizable investment into Haaland when he got moved over to Manchester City because I really thought it was a fertile ground for goals. He's got some of the best midfielders in the world around him. I'm going to lose some of you basketball guys here. Bear with me for a second. He's got Phil Foden. He's got Kevin De Bruyne. He's got David Silva. He's got Rodri. He's got Jack Grealish. He's got Riyad Mahrez. They even have one of the best strikers in the world as a backup striker who barely sees the field, Julian Alvarez from Argentina fame in the World Cup. Haaland is in the greatest place in the world to score goals. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how big of a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or any other team fan you are. No team is more goal-friendly than Manchester City. There's no better place for a striker to be. And for that reason, I was actually correct. He already broke the Premier League all-time goals scored record for a single season. He's at 33. He's going to obliterate the record. They're playing for the treble, which for those of you who do watch soccer means they're trying to win the Premier League, they're trying to win the FA Cup for England, and they're also trying to win the Champions League, which is probably the biggest trophy. I guess it is the biggest trophy in the world. This is what the card looks like. So I bought and I just kept buying. I think the pop at the time that I was buying was about 125. Now the pop's about 130 or so, something like that. But I've got 8 of them. And so if we go back here to our spreadsheet, you can see I've got 8 of them. My average purchase price was $5,347. I took my 8 purchase prices off my purchase spreadsheet, divided by 8. Added it up, then divided by 8. That's what my average purchase price was. And as you can see, despite the fact that he's blown away expectations because the card market itself, specifically the soccer card market, almost worse than basketball, has come down so drastically and so violently and quickly. His success has not kept pace with the lack of success of the soccer card market, and for that reason, my total invested is $42,776. The total value today is $30,800, and let me tell you guys something. I am not losing any sleep over it because I'm in for the long haul on him. I just think he's going to score goals all over the world. And I think that they do have a chance at winning the treble, which hasn't been done very often. And he has a chance at the Ballon d'Or, which is the World Soccer Player of the Year award that we've grown so accustomed to giving to Messi and Ronaldo, although there have been some other guys that have actually won it in there. But that's what the card looks like. It's his 2019 Topps Chrome Bundesliga Refractor PSA 10. I think the card is his true rookie card. Some other people would say his UEFA is. Let's pull it up real quick on Card Ladder. I don't want to spend too much time on each one of these cards, but we can pull this one up. Let's hit Refractor and see what's up. Here we go, ladder, boom. There's the card. I just want y'all to see the chart. Here's over the last 3 months, card's doing fine. It's actually up 5%. Again, still way below where I bought it. That's what's happened over 2 years. At one point, these bad boys were $10,000. You guys know how crazy it was first quarter of 2021. If we look at the all-time, it's going to be, did it get crazier? It did. Someone bought one of these for $13,000. It's a 4-for-1 now. The last one sold for $4,000. And so, my data is going to be wrong. So the last one sold for $4,000, which is actually an uptick. I put this together a few days ago, so that's going to change our numbers a little bit. That's going to change our numbers a little bit. Why didn't that change? Oh, because I'm on Google Sheets. So just bear with me. The numbers are going to be a little bit off, but you get the picture. I'm very much down on this card. About, what is that, $1,500, something like that, $1,300 now, something like that. But that's what the graph looks like. And then over the last year, that's what the graph looks like. It's about flat over the last year. Down 4%, whatever. Unfortunately, I am here and then all of these in a row. So my average comes out to 5,347. All right, enough about that card. Next card is another soccer card. I'll go quick. I needed this card for the set. And so it is the Pele 2014 Prism World Cup Auto. First year Prism World Cup. It is my only Pele card. It is my only Pele autograph card. It's his first ever Panini autograph. And that's it right there. 2014, first ever Prism autograph. That's his 2014 Prism World Cup. It's a 50 card set that I'm trying to collect in as high a grade as possible. Really, really excited to have it. Yes, I know the sticker, the autograph goes off sticker. That's why the autograph's not graded. Yes, I get all those things. That was definitely factored into the price of this card. But it's a notorious problem in that autograph set is that all these soccer players that sign, especially the old dudes, run off stickers. Some of them even used a Sharpie that was run out of ink. Cafu comes to mind. His cards, you can barely even see the autograph, and I am not exaggerating. Those of you who have seen it know. If you pull it up, in fact, it's really funny. I just want to show you guys. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do on this card. Watch this, 2014 Cafu Prism Auto. See if you guys can see this. Look at these cards. Look at these cards, guys. That's his autograph. Was I lying? Is that terrible? Look, here's another one, completely different one. Same problem. He used a blue Sharpie that had no ink left, barely any right there. He signed, looks like a ballpoint pen. Here's a graded PSA 9. Look at the autograph. Horrible, disgusting. And so by that standard, this Pele is actually a pretty damn good autograph, even though it goes off sticker. Anyway, that's card number 2. On the Pele, I just recently bought it. I bought it for $46.55. I think that was the last sale. I think it's worth about $46.55. Again, long-term hold. Don't care if it goes up or down 1,000. I wouldn't sell it or buy another one or do any of that, so don't really care. Just giving you a frame of reference of where Pele fits. Next is a Damian Lillard. This is his 2012 National Treasures RPA BGS 10. I've shared this one on the channel before on a mail day. All of these cards I've shared on a mail day, but this is the best and baddest and biggest and baddest Dame card I have. I think it's the best true RPA in the world. Again, there are lower serial numbered parallels, and there's one of ones out there, and there's the gold prism. I think this is one of the best Dame cards in the world. That's just me personally, because of the patch, because of the intricacy, because of the number of breaks, the color match. I mean, the number of different colors in the patch. The autograph's perfect right in the middle. It's a BGS 1010, and it is a Pop 7. Believe it or not, there's 7 BGS 10s out there, but that's about the baddest patch you could possibly get. Paid $8,500 for that. I think it's probably worth $8,500. Again, he had a very unceremonious end to his season, as did the Blazers, who blatantly tanked but did not get fined for it like the Mavericks did, because the Mavericks told everybody they were tanking. The Blazers sure as hell did it. For anybody that thinks they didn't, they don't know Blazers basketball. They cheated their ass off and tanked like crazy. And for that reason, I think now they have the 5th best odds to get Victor Wembanyama. Next on the list, one more soccer card. I won't take too much time because it's the same exact card as a Pele. So it's a pretty cool pairing to have Messi and Pele. Same card. This one is a PSA 10, and this autograph is actually a little bit better, and it's all on sticker. So that's good. Again, not much to talk about here. That's the best Messi card I have. That's probably the best soccer card that I own. Seeing what I paid for that card, I paid $5,604, so about $1,000 more than the Pele, which is interesting. This PSA 10 has recently sold for $46.50, so I overpaid. I reached, and it is what it is. I reached. I don't know what else to say. So I'm down about $1,000 on that card, a little bit less than $1,000. Next on the list is the Giannis Red Auto Rookie BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto. Let's find it. Here it is. That's this card right here. Really good looking, vibrant card. Really tough to find. These cards are very tough to find. It's a Pop 14 in BGS 9.5. It's a mixed gem with a 9 for centering, 10 for edges. The autographs, I think, fantastic. I think it looks really good. T. Akonobo, and it is a BGS 9.5, BGS 10. That Giannis is the best Giannis I have. Better than my blue autograph, better than the silver BGS 9.5. It's just the best one that I have. I'm toying with jumping on an orange at some point, but I haven't yet. This card, in a 9.5, I paid $22.8 for it. I think it's worth about $25. I really do. Let's look at that together. That's one thing we can look at. What do you guys think this is worth? Prism, Red, Auto, Giannis, BGS. Oh, you know what? I don't think it's in there. It's not. So you got to go here. This card's serial number to 49, by the way. There's my purchase at $22.8. If we click it, Card Ladder says it's worth $14. I know it's not worth $14. So I don't know. I plugged in there 25. I think I can get 25 for the card. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Next on the list, maybe I am crazy. Maybe that is a little bit high. Let's say it's worth 20. Let's say I'm down $2,800. Next on the list is a really interesting card, really unique card. I didn't make a bunch of fuss about it when I did pick it up, but it's the 1980 Topps Buyback Magic Bird autograph rookie card. So this is weird. I'm going to take you on a little time machine. So the cards came out in 1980. Everybody knows that's when Bird and Magic's rookie is. Of course, you got Doc wedged in the middle. But this, I think they took 10. There's 4 colors. There's blue. Oh, let me get this right. God, I'm going to get this wrong. In fact, I know I'm going to get it wrong, and I've already forgotten. There's red, there's blue, there's gold, and I think there's silver labels. I think that's right. There might be 5 colors, but I think there's 4. I may be wrong. It could be 5. They bought them back from the market. So Topps bought them back, distributed them to Bird and Magic to autograph and hand serial number. As you can see in the middle, if you zoom in here, this is card number 2 out of 10. Yeah, it's a BGS 7, but who cares? I've never seen that red label. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and I picked it up for what I thought was a cheap price. I picked it up for $49.20. I think it's worth about $5,000 today. Again, I think there's blue, gold, silver, and red. I think that's right. I'm not sure, but red's the one that really popped to me because I've just never seen a red BGS label, so I thought that was really cool. So I'm about even on that. That's a BGS 7. Next on the list, believe it or not, Anthony Simons RPA snuck in here, and I have 2 of them. My purchase price, my entry point on these is actually one of the few cards on this list. In fact, I think it's the only card on this list that's actually a good purchase price for me. I think everything else is down pretty significantly. But the Anthony Simons, you guys know I was in early on one of them. I probably paid over market for the other one, but let's pull it up. I've got 2 of them. I don't know if I have them both pulled up on here or not. Yeah, here's one of them with the black L. It's like got the white L. It's not an L, obviously, but well, it could be an L for Blazers, I guess, from his black uniform. I don't even know, but that's the card. It's a PSA 9, no grade for the auto. Card number 53 out of 99, and I think I pulled the other one up here. Here it is, Pop 14, another PSA 9 with an O. On here, 51 out of 99. Again, no grade for the auto. So 2 PSA 9 Anthony Simons, true National Treasures RPAs. I'm still super high on him. in the best world, and my Blazers fans are going to hate me for this, and my buddies, my boys that collect Lillard are going to hate me, but in a perfect world, Dame would get traded to a contender. His cards would go up. Our Dame collections would all increase. That's what trades do, especially when a player now has a chance to get that ring they've been chasing for so long. Anthony Simons, Shadon Sharp, and God willing, Wembanyama, but really Anthony Simons, Shadon Sharp man the backcourt and just have shots for days and days and days and take as many FGAs as they want to. That would probably be the best case scenario for me as an Anthony Simons RPA owner and a Damian Lillard card collector. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but God, if it did, I think that would really vault the values of both those guys upward. But those PSA 9s, I think I'm in on an average of 23.37. It's worth about $3,500 right now, which still to me seems low. Again, he ended the season on a really quiet whimper, and so that did not help. So I'm actually in the good on that card for sure. Next is LeBron James. We knew LeBron was going to be on here. Of course, there'd be a lot more LeBrons if I included any of my other LeBron cards in my collection, but I took the best of the LeBrons because I wanted to do 10 unique cards. Remember, in this one I'm a little bit worried about. I'm not sure. I might be upside down on this one. My timing wasn't great. But let's find it. It's the Black Refractor BGS 9.5 Min Gem, 9 for centering, but it's not bad centering, I don't think. But that's the card right there with Ben Wallace looking on. There's the back of it, card number 446. Those are serial number to 500, of course. If we go pull this bad boy up on Card Ladder, let's see what it's doing. I think I picked it up for $66,000. Chrome Black LeBron BGS 9.5. Let's see what's up. Boom, boom. Card Ladder says it's worth $32,000. I think that's probably a little inaccurate. That's just my guess. Let's go over the last 2 years. The card sold for $96,102, and then I was happy to pick it up for $66. I thought that was a win, and here's why. Because the PSA 10 is a pop 21, almost the same pop as the BGS 9.5. And the PSA 10 was selling for $250,000, and so the last PSA 10 sold for $102. So I feel like 66 on a BGS 9.5 is about the right price. Card Ladder disagrees, but we'll find out one day when somebody sells another 9.5 or somebody sells a PSA 10, I guess. But that is my LeBron representative on my 10 non-Michael Jordan cards list. Next is, we'll do these two at a time, and I'm well, we don't know where I'm at on the Kobe. I've got on here the Kobe's worth $100,000. That may be a stretch. I don't know. Well, some of you guys out there, I own like 2 Kobe cards. This one and then the base Prism 2012 PSA 10. So I'm not a Kobe expert. Kobe collectors out there, let me know what this PSA Authentic Altered Kobe is worth. I bought it for $88,800. Cards have definitely come down from where I bought it. At the time I bought it, I was in the middle of this, massive PMG red set chase, and I was pushing really hard towards the finish line. So I was a little bit aggressive, and money was actually flowing back when I was doing this because I was selling some other cards. So I had lots of money, so I could be a little bit more aggressive on the cards that I was buying. I might have overspent. I don't know. Again, not a card that I'm losing sleep over because I just won't sell it until somebody gives me $100,000. I mean, if somebody wants to give me $100,000, I'll sell it tomorrow. I don't collect Kobe. I only needed it for the set, and the same can be said for the card on the robe right below it where I know I'm upside down. I paid $84 for this Tim Duncan rookie, which honestly, this is one of Tim Duncan's greatest rookie cards in existence. It's certainly in his top 5. I don't care what anybody says. The green, you got your masterpieces, and then you've got your, you got it like essential credentials kind of stuff like that. But I mean, this PMG red Tim Duncan BGS 8, it's a pretty damn good card. The last one I think sold for $45,000. This one is at I bought it at like 86 or 88 or something like that. I paid about the same for him and the Kobe. And yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of white chipping all over the edges. But if you're new to PMGs, this is what they look like. Whether you like it or not, this is just what they look like. Card number 88 out of 100 with Tim in his suit with no tie. And then the Kobe, I think, is in the Kobe right behind him. Nope, Kobe's this way. Sorry. There's Kobe. Kobe card's just awesome looking, man. I don't know. I bought it as a BGS Authentic Altered in the BGS light blue label. Didn't dig it. Took it to the Nationals. Got it reslabbed by PSA. Came back, I was hoping for a numerical number, didn't get it. Came back authentic altered. That's fine. Still, authentic altered, PSA authentic altered, still worth more than BGS authentic altered. And so that was worth the $1,000 or whatever the hell I paid to do that, $500 or something like that. So that's the card right there. So 2 PMG Reds. I don't have hardly any PMG Reds left in my collection. It's very sad and it's very nostalgic and it brings back a lot of memories, but a lot of those memories involve a lot of stress and anxiety because those cards are expensive as hell and they bled me dry. And selling all those cards is what's given me the fodder and the war chest of funds to go buy the cards that you guys see on these mail days, which is the cards that I really do want to keep long term, which is primarily Jordans and LeBrons and Giannis's, and then a few set chases here on the side. Last card on the list is my best Shaquille O'Neal card, and I think it's the best Shaquille O'Neal rookie card there is. It's his 1992 Stadium Club Beam Team members only, and this is it right here. It is a very, very low pop card in PSA 10. I'll pull it up here on Card Ladder so you guys can see it. I'm upside down on this one too. I'm almost positive. Shaquille PSA 10. Beam Team members only. Boom. Here we go. I paid, where was I? I paid $12,100. The last one sold for $9,000. So I am, where am I? I'm right there. That's me. Okay. So again, I bought it in 2021. What do you expect? Everything's down. To be honest with you, go from 12 to 9. Ain't that bad, because I've seen some cards that are down 80, 85% of even Hall of Fame players like Shaquille O'Neal. There's a lot of Kobe cards that are down like 75%. We just looked at some LeBron cards that are down 75%, 80%. So for Shaq to go down from 12 to 9, it's really not the end of the world, especially when, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales are about on the number, like 8,600. The average, let's look at the average over the last, let's say, 6 months. Oh, there's 2 cards. Let's see the average over the last year. There you go. It's up 5% over the last year. Shit, the average is about 87.70. So yeah, it's about a $9,000 card. I think that's fair because one just sold for $9,000. So the best Shaq card that I have in my personal collection is the one I'm the most proud of. I'd really like to pick up the regular Beam Team as well. I wonder what that one costs. This one's $9. It's pop 59. Where's the regular Beam Team? There's more than double the population, so it's a $3,500 card. I probably got to do that just to pair those. Just to take a picture, I'll pay $3,000, right? That would be a really cool picture to have the base and the Beam Team. Like I said, there's 121 of those for the members only. There's 59. So it's about twice the population and about 1/3 the cost. So it's probably worth $3,500 if I'm a true Shaq collector. And again, I'm still teetering on the fence. I don't know what I'm doing with my Shaq collection. I haven't added to it in a very, very long time. I've picked up some little pieces here and there and sent them off to PSA. Just to see what happens. I keep the 10s. I sell everything else. I've got to make a decision on whether or not I want to continue to collect Shaquille O'Neal. Being from Louisiana, it was really fun when I jumped into it, and then Jordan just pulled me back. And so now it's hard for me to buy anything other than Jordans because every time I spend that money, I'm like, Mom, what am I doing? Like my identity in this hobby and my joy and is Jordan collecting, and so every time I'm buying a prospect or I'm buying a Shaq or I'm buying a Giannis, it's like, damn, that's money that could be going towards a Jordan that I don't have, a PSA 8 Jordan, a PSA 10 Jordan, and so it always pulls me back. But anyway, guys, that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. Those are the 10, and I say unique. I don't mean unique like special. I mean like 10 on the list, 10 different players. That's what I meant by unique, and so. I got all the way down deep into the soccer world for you. I got the Anthony Simons from the prospecting side of things. I got some PMGs. I got a Kobe card, which most of you guys don't know I even own a Kobe card because I always talk so, bad about him. Again, I guess saying he's like the 8th best player that ever lived is like negative and an insult. I get hate death threats in my comments for the way that I treat Kobe. I have him slightly behind Tim Duncan or what with Tim Duncan. And I don't understand how that's an insult to compare him to the greatest power forward of all time. But from a risk standpoint, I see none other than Simons. Simons can certainly go down. And when I say none, yeah, the cards can go down. Obviously, they've gone down from where I bought them pretty significantly, but 10, 12 years from now, I'm going to be okay riding all of these cards out. The Haalands are purely an investment. Could they go to $1,000? Of course. Could they go to $10,000? Probably. It just depends on how many of them are out there. I think the pop's around 130 something right now. I've got 8 of them. Obviously, I'd like to keep 1 because I love watching Manchester City. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I've grown to love watching Manchester City games because they're playing some amazing, beautiful soccer right now. And so those Haalands are definitely investment pieces. I don't know what my price point is for selling. I don't know, probably 8,000. Maybe that means I need to wait till 2030. I have no idea. No clue. Maybe that's the case. The Pele and the Messi are part of a set. The Dame Lillard, that's my guy, man. That is just who I collect. In addition to Jordan, it's probably become, my third or fourth best, well, probably 4th or 5th best PC after Shaq and Giannis and Jordan. And next is probably LeBron or Lillard. And then Bird Magic, you definitely can't go wrong with that. It's a rare piece. There's 40 of them in the world. There's only 10 Reds. Giannis, we know, is not going anywhere despite his unceremonious exit from the playoffs to the great Jimmy Butler this year. No excuses. Butler was absolutely insane. LeBron, Kobe, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. I mean, you can't get any more blue blood and blue chip than that. So, again, total, looking at the price, everything, I'm probably down about $45,000, a shade over $45,000. Maybe it's worse. Maybe you think I'm down $55,000. Again, these cards aren't moving for less than I paid for them. If that means that I've got to just put this money away and just put it on the sidelines until I can get out of a card. Really, the only one that I want to get out of that's on this list is I want to sell the Tim Duncan. I want to sell the Kobe Bryant PMG Red, but I'm not selling it for a loss, either one of those. And then I want to sell the Erling Haaland. The rest of them I intend to keep for Cajun Eternity, copyright Cajun cardboard, right? Which is, it's not the same as Eternity, but it's really, really long and we don't know when it is. And so that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of other ideas. If you guys ever have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I've been getting a lot of emails to me about PWCC laying off employees and people panicking and jumping off buildings and pulling their cards. Guys, I don't work for PWCC. I don't get paid by PWCC. I like to watch their auctions. I like to buy cards on their website. I occasionally use their website and their marketplace to sell my cards. I'm not Mr. PWCC. Just because I talk about it, I think they have the best interface, and that's where my cards happen to be. And they've always treated me very, very well from the vaulting standpoint, the vaulting perspective. And I've never had any issues with them, but I'm not Mr. PWCC. If you've got issues with PWCC, or you think they're criminals or killers or murderers or thugs or scam artists or whatever, reach out to PWCC. Don't send me those messages because I'm going to block you. I don't give a shit. I do give a shit because I like PWCC as a platform. I hope it continues to exist because I love buying cards off there because they instantly transfer to my vault. I don't have to look for them in the mail, pull them out of the mailbox, take care of them, ship them, preserve them. It just goes straight there and the images are up. I can share it with you guys on mail days. I can cut and paste it, share it on Instagram with a photo editor. For all those reasons, I don't want PWCC to go anywhere, but I'm not Mr. PWCC. I don't have an ownership interest. I have no dog in this hunt other than the fact that I like buying cards off there. It would be like you emailing me if eBay is cheating people. I like to use eBay too. I buy more cards on eBay than pretty much anywhere else, but I'm not Mr. eBay. So I don't understand why I'm getting accusatory messages or emails like it's my people that are doing something wrong. Again, it's my understanding they laid off a bunch of employees to trim the fat. Sad. I get it. It happens. I've had to lay off some employees in my real estate title business because the market today is not the same as the market even 6 months ago, even a year ago, especially not 2 years ago. It's not the same. And if you don't cut overhead, you end up running your business into the ground. So rather than running their business into the ground, I think that they trim some of their overhead. Again, I think the reason they got into trouble, this is just conjecture, this is just my supposition from what I've heard, is that maybe it was the lending of money with cards in the vault as collateral that led to some of those problems. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, don't message me about PWCC. I don't give a shit about that. It's not my meal ticket. I get paid absolutely nothing from them. I am not a representative of PWCC. I just share the truth with you, and the truth is I like PWCC. I like Card Ladder. I like using ComC, which I rarely talk about, to buy certain raw cards that I need to buy and then grade and put into sets. I like PSA. I like BGS. What else do I like in this hobby? I'm trying to think. I don't know. That's about it. I like YouTube. I like putting videos out on YouTube. So I tend to talk about the things that I like to use in mine. I like to use Ultra Pro and BCW and What are some other things? I actually dabbled with Kurt's card care thing the other day. Kurt's not paying me to say that. I just dabbled with it the other day to try to help fill in a scratch that was on a silver card. If I experience something in the hobby that I think is helpful and good, I'll talk about it. If I experience something in the hobby that I think is bad, I usually don't disparage it. I just don't talk about it. And so if if it sounds like I'm blowing sunshine and rainbows up your ass, I'm not. It's just not my place to go shit on other people's products or companies if I don't like them. I'm not going to treat, CSG and SGC like Dylan Brooks, right? That's just not the way that I do things. I just like to talk about the things that I like rather than over and over talk negatively about the things that I just personally don't care for or don't use or don't like. It doesn't mean they're bad. It doesn't mean there's not a place out there. And I'm oftentimes in the minority with this kind of stuff. Like the stuff that I like is not the stuff that most people like. Most people like Market Movers app, right? I don't use it. I use Card Ladder. That's just me. That's what I'm familiar with. So I often tend to promote them. Again, I don't get paid a red cent from Chris or Christina or Josh or any of those guys or PSA or whoever owns them now. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. I just talk about the stuff that I like. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.